I have I have no idea. This is all just Woody making stuff up, so don't take this as a thing. But it's my theory that Dr. Disrespect did something over Discord that got him banned from Twitch. No one's talking about what it was. Dr. Disrespect claims that he doesn't know what it is. But when all the dust settled, he's still banned from Discord and Twitch.
What did you say about that, Slush? Do you say you know something about that?
I highly doubt he doesn't know what that is. That's
me too.
He knows exactly what that is. It's just that like it's probably like the second he got it, because he would have been on a contract similar to like what I'm on. It would be like obviously for a much higher number.
Maybe
probably different. You think so? You'd hope so. But the yeah, like he probably has different like things in it. But if he got banned, they have to notify him like why he's been banned, because it's like they can't just like stop paying him and ban him from the thing and then just be like just ghost him. Like it's not an ex-boyfriend. Like you can't just be like you gotta. So
I
he
agree.
Has to know,
I think it's a clue that he's still banned from Discord too. Like he had a Discord partnered server or something, and that's gone. So that's why I took that as a clue. And like you said, I bet he has a good idea of what caused them to separate. Yeah. And I bet everyone wishes it didn't happen. You know, Dr. Disrespect is one of the kings of live streaming. Even post ban, he seems to be.
I just checked his channel. He's doing tremendous on YouTube.
My thing is like, it's a lot of people are like, they're like jumping on and they're like, oh, he's gone, or they're like, oh no, he should be back and stuff like that. It's like, I ain't taking a stance on that until I know what he did. Like he could have done anything. Like I have no idea what he did. I'm not defending or going against him until I know what happened. So
that's fair.
Like,
this point, probably no one ever will. It would have come out by now.
Yeah, Twitch has a standard policy of not saying why they ban someone. They never do. Yeah. And I think a lot of people saw that Twitch didn't explain why Dr. Disrespect was banned as fishy, but it's not fishy. If anything, that's to the streamer's benefit. If Twitch went out and was like, you know, Slush Puppy, look at this photo of him passed out on the couch from drinking. You'd be like, I wouldn't rather you just keep on the hush about the details. But Dr. Disrespect is like, I demand they tell me. You know.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's like with a character streamer like Dr. Disrespect, and like he has like, I don't personally watch him, and like he has like his production quality is second to none for like live content creation. It's like the character thing. It's like, where do you know where the character stops and where like whatever his name is, Guy, starts? I think his name's Guy.
It is Guy Beam or something.
It's like, so it's like, where do you know? Like, is that just a character thing? Is that him actually wanting to know? So you don't really know where you stand with that. It's like, it's how do you, like, in all honesty, it was probably just something to do with like with his misses. Like it was the first time he took a break, and he was just like, yeah, I'm taking a break because I play up one of my mods or whatever. And then that came out, and then they were just like, okay, this was super sexual and we don't like it, and so they banned him. They just took it as a chance to ban him. So
it could be. It could be. Yeah, like I said, I just guessed. So
yeah.
Well, we were going to transition to Dr. Disrespect if you let me.
Okay. I'm hanging on your every word. It's got lost.
He's trending on Twitter right now, Dr. Disrespect.
Why?
I kind of wanted to save him for the main show.
Oh, okay. We can do that.
I'm sure it'll be. I'm sure it'll be hot news still. Then there'll be more news about it by that time. We don't want to fall behind the. You know, people come to us for news.
He did tweet today.
Yeah.
And then he changed his tweet because he's
it was a strongly worded tweet, so he edited it, and then he realized people could see that you edited it, so he had to edit it back the other way because that seemed like the right thing to do. So now we're back to using the word minor, which is a hard word these days. You know, Kendrick Lamar's got making that just ringing everybody's ears. So yeah, we talk about it on the show though. I'm gonna play devil's advocate on this one. I'm gonna be the doc defender for sure because I don't think anything.
Let's do it now. It'll be fun.
He didn't do it. We only got. Well, I don't think he did anything wrong, really. I mean, he did some morally wrong. All right, so here's the skinny, I guess. You want to do it now, or you want to wait for the show?
We'll end up more if he's already like tweeting frantic paragraphs like this. More is going to come out in the next 2 days. Like we there will be more.
Yeah, so he had that big dispute with Twitch in 2017, and it was like, what happened? What did Doc do? And it was like, what did he kill a woman? What did he do? And I guess what happened is he was Twitch whispering, using the messaging app within Twitch to talk sexually explicit messages with a minor who was 17 years old at the time. And the way I would defend Doc is I would say, like, you're not supposed to be able to use that messenger if you're not 18.
Where'd you get 17? Because all I got is minor.
I'm almost positive 17's the age. Like, I feel like either that's what the leaker from Twitch said.
Zach says people are using 17 as a way to discredit it, but everyone else, like, the age is not out. All we know is minor.
It's 17 until I heard. I read 17. I thought from the original.
I heard 11
that got the ball rolling. That's crazy.
Some people are saying 11.
That's crazy. That's silly. No, you didn't. That's all.
I mean, I did hear it just very recently.
But you're not supposed to be using that messaging app if they're underage anyway. Like, I think you're supposed to be 18 to be on there.
He knew they were minors, and
well, we don't know when he knew that it was a minor
at TwitchCon.
How do you know he tried to meet up with her?
That is in the leak. Like the dude.
So someone accused him of trying to meet up.
The guy who said that he read the tweets, or the Twitch message or whatever, said he tried to meet up with her at TwitchCon. And then Zach says one of the leaks says 17. He found it. Okay, so maybe 17 is true. Maybe 11 is true also. You never know.
Definitely not 11.
I mean, it's alleged.
That was it.
So, wait, I have more. He founded a game studio that's making a game. It's gonna suck. It's like NFT based or something. And the game studio investigated this and decided that they needed to fire the founder of the company. So now he's no longer associated with them. Mm-hmm. And then he came out today and basically admitted that it's all true, that he had some inappropriate messages with a minor leading into TwitchCon.
Now you guys seem like you know more about it than me.
Yeah, I mean, he went on. He didn't like send any pictures. He didn't meet the person.
But was he knowingly, like, he knew she was a minor?
Yes.
At what point we don't know, though, which is the crux of the whole issue. He knows now that she was a minor. When did he know, though?
So okay,
it's incredibly important.
Yeah,
because any of it, like, first of all, I would never be in such a situation because I ask such things. It's a smart question to ask. That's my take on the whole thing. It's like, seems like if someone pretended to be of age and then like later went back, like, oh, I'm actually 17. I'll be 18 in March though. And it's like, what have you done to me? I'm the doc. Like, I could see that going down, and then him having.
Wouldn't that be the defense he was leaning on though, if that were the circumstance?
It kind of seems like it is the defense he's leaning on. He's just not wanting to get too specific because I'm positive that there is a legal agreement between him, Twitch, and perhaps him and the formerly underage party. This person is now 27 years plus 17 is now 24 years old. There's an NDA, so yeah, he can't be too specific. I mean,
but he's posting a lot about something for someone hamstrung by like NDAs and whatnot. So like,
it's a big deal. Not anymore. I don't know why.
Seemingly, you would lead with that. Like, if that was his take and that was his like perspective on it, why would he not just say, "Oh yeah, I sent some messages, and then I found out later I thought she was 23, and then she comes out and says she's not." Oh, that I was like, "What the fuck?" It stopped immediately. Like, but he didn't. He doesn't.
He's not saying anything.
I'm reading
like
it
that.
with my other, on the other monitor, and that doesn't seem to be any part of his argument here.
Yeah,
it seems like he's like copping to it, like, I made a little error, and it's like,
hang on, is it even illegal?
You were like 38 or something in 2017.
He was 35. Well, is it even illegal to because he's 41 or 42 now? Is it illegal to exchange
what state is exchange messages?
Yeah, as long as there's no I don't think it's. I don't think it is. I don't think he did anything illegal. So again, I think it falls back to the moral thing. I know Woody takes big issue with the fact that he was married while he was messaging this underage person.
He's a video game streamer, right? Like if you're somebody who has a tendency to try to get children to fuck you, it's not great to do that in the realm of video game streaming. Like, your fans are children.
Yeah. Yeah. And I didn't realize. So he was married, had kids, and he was doing this shit on the side. That's fucked up. And
morally speaking, yeah.
Well, I mean, like, just remove legality from it. Like,
that's easy for you to say, Taylor.
Like, it's he doesn't even seem to be denying stuff people are saying. He's just saying,
right.
Man,
basically
what a mistake it was to do this. My bad.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sure if I get back on stream, I will try. I will no longer try to fuck the children watching me play dress up with fake hair and sunglasses and some sort of Michael Jackson jacket. This character I play that appeals to children, I won't use this popularity to fuck the kids anymore. I'm reformed.
Yeah, his own arguments in these paragraphs aren't making.
Tried to meet up with her at TwitchCon.
No, we didn't.
Hey, what are you doing at TwitchCon? You think they exchanged inappropriate messages and then said, "What are you doing at TwitchCon?" Because you wanted to know her diet plans?
Yeah,
I don't.
He also asked a minor about her plans at the TwitchCon convention, according to two of the people who asked not to be identified. Okay.
And at this point, it's my understanding that he already knew she was a minor. Like, because and I'm basing that on the fact that he didn't, or at least I'm not seeing it in here, him denying that.
Right. Everyone leads with that. Everyone leads with, she told me she was 19, right? Everybody says that when there's any truth to that. Not him. He said she was a minor and that was a mistake.
Yeah, he's making it hard to take a side in this. and I have no opinion of Dr. Disrespect.
I feel like you're biased against pedophiles, Taylor.
That's fair. That's a fair bias. His own tweet is not.
I did watch
him in a positive light, which it seems like that's what he'd be trying.
Read the last paragraph and then sentence.
Finally, if you're uncomfortable,
can you do your doc voice?
I don't know what he sounds like. Like, I don't watch his content. What's he sound like?
Oh well.
What does he sound like?
I don't know either.
You didn't even know, and you were putting me on the spot.
I don't like his content either. I know
what it sounds like, but I can't do it. I can't help you.
You know why we don't like it, Kyle?
This is my doctor of respect.
Because we're not 17. It's not for you.
So this is
like Star Wars.
Tell me
not for you, old white men. For 80% of your audience.
All right. Tell me if this is. All right. This is the last paragraph. Finally, if you're uncomfortable with this entire statement and think I'm a piece of shit, that's fine, but I'm not fucking going anywhere. I'm not the same guy that made this mistake all those years ago. I'm taking an extended vacation with my family, as mentioned on stream, and I'm coming back with a heavy weight off my shoulders. They want me to disappear. Yeah, fucking right.
Where do you think he's going on vacation?
Wherever he wants. Doesn't he make more money than like almost everybody on streaming?
Yeah. He's tens of millionaires.
Yeah,
but I wanted you to be like Disneyland for sure.
Lego World.
Yeah, we're going to the Oshkosh B'gosh Museum.
I'm gonna check into Build-A-Bear and see what's happening in there for a little while. Y'all wait here.
I'm going to Build-A-Bear corporate.
Hey, ladies.
I don't know.
Definitely inappropriate. It sounds like. Again, I would want to know when you knew that you were talking with a 17-year-old. I think that matters tremendously. And like you said, he's not defending it. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt about why he's not just saying, she told me she was 18, because that would make a big difference to me.
He would have said that in here.
Discord.
Maybe there's an NDA that prevents him from saying anything about calling her a liar.
Let's talk. Why did Discord get rid of him also? Was it preventively because of the Twitch messages, or did he say shit on Discord as well?
Well, I don't know. Are they owned by like sister companies or something? Like would Twitch have is the left hand Twitch and the right hand Discord, and they're just washing themselves of
it him? Could be, because sometimes people get banned on like
it's independent.
Twitter and Instagram all at once, stuff like that.
Discord. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting that they happen simultaneously though, because like
they knew.
Well, what do they know? Like they're not monitoring his chats to make sure he's not talking to anybody. So like, how? I'm very curious about the whole thing.
They banned him at the same time Twitch did, so they knew something. I mean, they didn't. And I wonder if YouTube's going to let him back. Like, if you're YouTube and there's a known pedophile or aspiring pedophile on your platform streaming videos,
wild.
If you're YouTube and there's an aspiring pedophile who's very popular on your, do you not say we're done with this?
No, Twitch paid him. Like Twitch paid him his money. Everybody paid him his money.
I don't think he was a YouTube streamer
because
until
he
he got
didn't-
banned from Twitch, right?
Getting paid his money
he's
just
got
means the
4.5 million
contract didn't
subscribers.
have a morality clause. It doesn't mean he's innocent. He had a contract to stream with Twitch. Twitch is like, you know what? Take your money and leave. I don't want you anymore.
They had to pay him, or they wouldn't have.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that has nothing to do with innocence.
Well, I don't think he's
doesn't say a
innocent. I just
positive
don't
thing at
think he's
all.
an aspiring pedophile.
Well, he tried to meet up with the minor at TwitchCon after inappropriate conversations.
That's exactly what he did. But that's not
An aspiring pedophile. That's what they do.
But
This is like To Catch a Predator
it's
shit.
not.
That's like, Chris Hansen
Taylor.
steps in, and the person he's talking to was really
Taylor, I
an
sent Woody
overweight
a video.
LA
I sent-
detective. Hold on. The person he's talking to was really an overweight LA detective this whole time. And you're like, he's not an aspiring pedophile. He never got that far. That's
Taylor, I
an
sent Woody
aspiring pedophile.
Mm.
I sent Woody a video the other day of an actual pedophile who'd gone to the dressing rooms to meet with a 13 or 14-year-old boy,
Oh,
and he's getting slapped around by the predator catchers. And Woody's like, let's not be too quick to judge. You never know with these videos. And
true.
the guy's
Yeah.
running from Target from the pedophile catchers as they smack him around.
Here's where that came
If
from.
the video starts
Wait,
while he's
I need
like
to say,
being
I need the
beaten up,
floor for a second. The
Yeah.
video started as maybe's not good enough. They cut out the question. They cut out you infer that the question is, are you here to meet a minor? But they cut that out. All he said was maybe, and then he started beating him because his answer was maybe.
Create a scenario in your head where he's not a pedophile and explain it to me.
if he said maybe to, are you here to meet a minor, sir? Are you here to meet Lil Stevie 6464 that you met on Discord? And he's
And
like,
he's guilty.
"Oh, maybe. It's
Right.
like, no, this guy's here for that.
He was
You know
trying
what-
on
you
jeans.
know what happened
Maybe
if I
he
was
said,
in-
"Are you size 34?" And the guy's like, "Maybe," and he's like, "Maybe," and starts beating the hell out of him.
And then he uploaded the
Kyle,
he
live
Name a
stream-
scenario why they'd cut off the question at the start of the video.
Here's a little
the,
role
the
play.
person who
Kyle,
posted to
this-
Reddit cut off the question. The person who does the predator catching uploads a whole stream.
Oh, did you see it?
And no, I couldn't find it. But that's what they do. I did this deep dive on Facebook. There are so many fake Chris Hansens now. Like it's like a whole branch of
It's a
YouTube.
genre.
It's like a COD gamer now. Oh, and I wanted to add, shifting gears a little bit from pedophilia, and hope Doc's doing okay today. I know our prayers here are all with Doc and the Doc family. Woody was making jokes like Doc was the doctor of pediatric medicine, and I was like, that is just low. That is just low. Don't say that. That's not
Doctor disregard consent.
I see you filled out your age here, but it's a little hard to make out. Let's just disregard that entirely.
You know how I can tell that
Not really, though.
Dr. Disrespect thing is huge news is because the word minor in all caps is trending on Twitter.
Mhm.
150,000.
Kendrick Lamar's helping with that. Let's be honest. Like that song.
Why is Kendrick Lamar involved? He's a rapper.
You don't know?
Oh,
the
this is
song?
hilarious. He had a big back and forth with Drake. It was like the number one thing in entertainment
Oh,
news
yeah.
this
You
month.
heard that song, right?
I probably.
Because it's trying to strike a chord, and it's probably a minor.
Yeah. Because I know
Okay.
Drake's been criticized for being a
gonna be
bit of a doctor himself. So
He's been known to practice a little medicine here and there.
yeah. So Kendrick Lamar is none too pleased with Dr. Disrespect.
I hope Kendrick.
Dude, the word
so
minor is just
I
going to be.
I was
popping.
talking to Jackie about this. I've been in the hot seat during my YouTube career, and it felt like, specifically, there was a time I won this thing called King of the Web, and the prize was either 7,000 or 7,500. It was something like that, and I gave it all to charity. Well, Wings of Redemption told Holiday Doc that I made more money on the video promoting it than I made from the thing. From the winnings, which is wildly untrue.
Yeah.
Like I probably made $150 on a video, something like that. And but Wings apparently told that to Holiday Doc. So Holiday Doc made a video outing me, and it seemed like the whole world was talking about me. And it was bullshit. It was I swear it wasn't even remotely true. And it was just like one of the many little things that Wings, I think he was behaving out of jealousy or something. And something he did behind the scenes that he probably would
an
like
all-time hater. Just an all-time hater.
All-time hater.
Thing to
He-
do.
he-
You guys
he
were friends
genuinely-
at the time.
He
Yes.
genuinely makes up lies about people like out of whole cloth. It's one of those things where like you hear someone say a thing and you're like, people don't just make that stuff up. And it's like, yes, they do. They sit in their toxic stew of a life and they go, what if I said this? That's sticking his craw.
I talked to Holiday Doc and I were like acquaintances. Like we played together probably 300 games, like rounds of COD. So it wasn't, I knew him. I liked him. He was really good at COD. So it was fun to win all night when I was on his team. Like, this is our relationship. We're not besties, but we knew each other. And then he made this hate video and I was like, where is this coming from? Like, why did you do this? He's like, I got a source. And eventually told me Wings was his source. Anyway, it's on Reddit. It's all over my comments. Like, my little ecosystem was covered with Woody hate. And it hurt. I wasn't very good at taking hate at the time. I'm reading this Dr. Disrespect shit. BBC's talking about it. Forbes is talking about it. Bloomberg's talking about it. There's worldwide report. It's trending on Twitter. It's the front page of Reddit, which is I don't know if it's bigger than Twitter or not, but they're both super big.
Yeah.
And I'm like, shit. Dr. Disrespect can't walk outside his house without somebody being like, fuck any kids lately.
Yeah.
It's huge. I could at least just stay out of the stuff about me. If I go to CNN, no one was talking about me.
Yeah.
So,
I doubt he did anything. It sounds like he didn't do anything illegal. Just did some immoral stuff. You shouldn't be messaging 17-year-olds. You wouldn't catch me messaging a 17-year-old. I always thought it was a little like, when you play community games, especially with Twitch chat, I used to just give my Steam out and just genuinely add hundreds of people. I was ranking my Steam account up so I could have 200, 300 friends, and you just playing like Sea of Thieves or Among Us, which I'd like to play today if anybody's down for Among Us. We're about to join our Patreon. We're about to play with the $50 patrons, some kind of game.
You want to try Among Us?
You could re-download it. I even know
mixed in. You could easily get, it's probably 8 megabytes or some shit. You could easily get mixed in with underage people, 16 and 17-year-old dudes for the most part, who like you a lot. So like,
right,
that
but his
shit
conversation got really inappropriate, and he tried to meet up at TwitchCon. Like it went to another level. I'm sure.
I'm not defending him. I'm just sort of talking about my own piece of even then, when at some point we'd kind of realize, hey, this guy sounds a little young, and you'd be like, hey man, how old are you? And then like the group straightens up a little bit. Like, we're still gonna be raucous and dirty. We're not gonna stop saying fuck. Like, just because this guy's 16, he's heard it before if he's a fan of the show and he had $50 to join or whatever. But like, we're not gonna like say anything too inappropriate or rant. We're gonna keep in mind there's a 16-year-old here who can't even buy cigarettes. So like, let's temper our conversation a little bit. So back when Wings was like, oh yeah, if you whenever you drive to my, tell the 16-year-old or whatever, like, drive slow to my house. So you're 18 when you get here or whatever. It was like, man, you would catch me saying that. Like you catch me saying some dirty shit to some of age ladies for sure.
Yeah, I remember like probably 3 years ago or so, like in the PKA Patreon, like there's a rule in there, like you have to be an adult, like you can't join unless you're 18 years old. And some like 16-year-old guy who liked the show paid for the Patreon, and he joined, and someone was like, how old are you? And he's like, 16. And if I recall, Kyle was like, no, this is not, I don't hate you, I don't dislike you, nothing wrong, but and we're gonna refund you the $50 on Patreon, but you gotta go, man. Like we don't like, you gotta be an adult to be
half
here.
These people are high right now.
and I think I was even like, think very, very hard about how you answer this question. How old are you? And he went, 16. I'm like, you didn't think hard enough. Man thought himself right out of $50. You didn't think hard enough at all. That's how I know you're really 16. You were supposed to say 22, and no one would ever fuck with you again, SpongeBob.
Yeah,
but
you're probably never gonna. No one would have known. But yeah, better to just keep these things for adults anyway.
Yeah, 99% of me is like, Dr. Disrespect is pretty immoral. Tried to hook up with a child, knew it was a kid. Wanted
girl tried to whisper me dirty on Twitch just the other day.
But 1% of me is like, I've been in the barrel before, and I know it sucks.
We'll have to wait for more facts to come out.
That's why we stand with the doc.
No,
no, we don't.
Because we've all been there before, as Woody said. As Woody likes to say,
does not
Jack, cut it.
I thought it was important to launch the merch tonight because $1 from the sale of every piece of merchandise goes to a Dr. Disrespect victim.
That's so legally binding.
In actuality, no dollars go to Dr. Disrespect victims because there are too many of them.
No,
Yes.
I'm more of a bootstraps guy when it comes to charity. You know,
Oh yeah, they
We're
should pull
going
themselves
broke
up.
here, paying off these victims.
yeah. Pull up your bootstraps. And,
Every day a new one.
yeah. So but you were telling me before this, Kyle, that everything turned around and he's back in the good graces of the online.
No, not that. It's the other thing.
Did more stuff happen?
More stuff happened.
I was right.
So yeah, of course, just to catch anyone who's not an internet loser like us up, Dr. Disrespect, it turned out, had been sexting some minors back in 2017, or a minor back in 2017, allegedly, and that's why he was kicked off of Twitch, and they had the big contract dispute and everything, and now it's all coming out because a Twitch employee, I think, kind of came forward publicly, and that started this avalanche of other stuff coming out. And then Doc has to make this big apology, and he does an apology stream and a big apology tweet. And I don't think any of that went over super well.
The editing of the tweet I thought was a fun little twist. Like he's like, I may have been texting a minor and it trended towards the inappropriate. And then he removed minor and made it like individual or something. If that's not right, it's close.
Yeah.
But he didn't realize that on X now you can see the tweet edits. So you just click on like the original version and see that it said minor. So he added minor back in there.
Back
it was
in.
a bad look to cut. I guess putting it out there and covering it up is even worse than just putting it out there.
Well, it was quite the screed of a tweet, so I can see how you miss a minor detail like that.
Yeah.
The guy writes more than J.R.R. Martin.
Oh yeah, dude, I was reading through and I'm like, why is he spending so much time on the food and the feasts on this on this confession? The pork belly pie was delicious. No,
Yeah,
was,
dude. So I've disliked this guy for 15 years. He came out of the gate hating on X-Jaws, who I was real familiar with at the time. He railed on me and my family, which for no reason. I've still never spoken to Dr. Disrespect, but he had it out for me. So I'm just enjoying fucking Dr. Kid Specs' demise, aspiring pedophile. The short of it is he's messaging child anyway, and trying to meet up with them at TwitchCon. And this is the TwitchCon where he cheated on his wife. So he was just hound dogging it, like trying to set up, I guess, a sex station without his wife.
2017 was the year of the Doc. Okay.
Yes.
He was out there slamming brewskis, sexting minors, ripping off transsexual cam girls, like anything he could do. I mean, he's probably gripping it right now.
Filming in bathrooms.
He was getting free cam shows. And dude, I wasn't even familiar with the masturbatory slang he's in there. She's like, you want pictures? And he's like, I'm gripping it right now.
Well, hang on. We need to back up just a second. Explain what we're talking about with that.
I need you to fill me in. What about?
Yeah. I mean, you could show her Twitter, Zach. Like, this girl isn't shy about like what went down. You could show what this person looks like. There's a selfie of her and Doc together. I'll send that to you, Zach.
Can we on YouTube? Twitter's a lot faster and looser with the nudity rules than YouTube.
There's no nudity. I don't want to show nudity. First of all, thumbtack in that. Remind me to come full circle on YouTube and its nudity policy, because that's my new favorite porn site.
I know where you're
frankly.
headed on that. Wait, is that the girl? That's not how I remember her. Is that her?
Well, yeah, that's her.
Okay.
I mean, there's another picture that I just put in the WhatsApp that maybe he can like drag over here somehow with the wonders of technology, and it's them together. Like posing at a con or something, probably the 2017 TwitchCon. But I guess he was. There you go. That's the one.
She looks a little more drag queeny. This is like the one I saw.
Yeah.
So what's the story behind this? Fill me in.
Well, I guess that he was telling her he could get her in the partner program, and I assumed the Twitch partner program, but who knows? That's where you think he'd have the most pull. If she like gave him some free cam shows, and I guess she did that, and then you can block somebody on Twitter, but that doesn't delete your DMs. Those are still just. So she went ahead and was like, "Oh, are we filing on Doc this week?" Well, let me tell you, you don't even
Here's
know.
my history, and it's funny. He's like, "I'm gripping it right now." And I think it was a different one where he's like, "Are you ready to see the Doc explode?" If this isn't exactly right, it's close.
He did not refer to himself as the Doc.
I hope he did.
I didn't mean to mess it up, but I probably did. But,
I'm hoping that he did, because that all right, like all this stuff is
it's
like
the explode stuff, man.
first of all, like I don't.
Well, this seems consensual. They were just
Yeah, these are adults.
Yeah.
But the only
He was
person who didn't
cheating on his
consent to
wife.
this was his wife. Yeah,
yeah,
but,
that's not cool.
But he and
He was the only
the
one old enough to consent.
trans lady, I guess. I don't know what.
Yeah,
I'm a
it's
little
trans
con-
lady. Yeah,
So she was born a guy and she
Oh.
switched over to being a girl.
yeah. Well,
Yeah, okay.
absolutely, yes, that. Trans.
Is this
women.
even a big enough deal that it's getting traction right now in the doc
It's
drama
just-
world? Or
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah,
Because it,
you know, all right. So the blood is in the water. That's what you got to understand. So everybody is like, "What else we got? What else we got?" Like the information cycle on TV is 3 days. On the internet, it's 30 minutes. What else you got? Well, we got this reaction video. Nick Merckx didn't react exactly correctly, so let's pile on him. Like anybody who like steps out of line a little bit, like let's see what this person said about it. So I felt like I've been inundated with it for the last day or two, just because I'm on Reddit so much. And we've been trying to get permission, or me and Chiz have to play the Dr. Disrespect diss that Pack God made. If you go to Pack God's second channel, you may not know him, but it's spelled like it sounds, PACK God TV. Oh my God, he's got a Dr. Disrespect little riff there that is fucking hilarious. I'm hoping we get permission to play that.
how does this end for the doc?
he says
Based on
he's
his
coming
long
back.
tweet, he
and he's
said
done it
nothing illegal.
before. But coming back from being an aspiring pedophile is harder than coming back from being a cheater. Like, this is a taller order than what he's done in the past. He might just fucking shack up with P. Diddy and call it a life. I don't know.
Oh,
You think because I mean he's probably 8 figures wealthy. He was one of the biggest streamers in
Yes.
the world. For
I
a
would
long
I
time.
would agree with that estimate. Yeah.
Woody not pulling any punches this week, as you can tell. Jeez.
Oh.
If only he was this real with wings.
Yeah, I can tell. I don't think Woody likes this guy one bit.
I've been trying.
like,
This is reserved.
can I just say, like, I've also never had an interaction with Dr. Disrespect. He's one of the few people like that I haven't that's kind of been from our circle or like that part of the internet or whatever.
Mhm.
But I don't hate him. You know, I don't like what he did to you. That makes me be like, oh, this guy.
It's part of where my
um,
grudge comes from. I'm like,
yeah.
another guy just coming out of thin air, like after me for some reason.
But
So you don't like that he came at Woody, but you're okay with all the recent happenings.
yeah. I mean, I stand with the doc. Okay, I want that to be known. It's just me and him, just back to back.
You and Doc against the world.
I'm in
Did
a
they take
kung
your
fu
bulletproof
stance.
vests? You both need them.
He throws one over his shoulder at me and says, "Buckle up, buddy. It's gonna be a rough ride." And I'm like, and we're fighting off the woke media and all of these foods out there.
We're
Yeah.
anti-kitty diddler.
Woke and the conservative media, the media and people.
All the media.
No, it's just that like I feel like aspiring pedophile is a little strong.
Well, he did try. He intentionally
when Woody goes
sexted
on
with
the
a
paint.
minor, right? That much is locked in. And
It would have been legal in the UK. You know what I mean?
but in California, it's not.
Yeah,
so
no,
he
it's not.
illegally
Fucking red coat
intentionally
trader.
sexted with a minor and tried to hook up with this child at TwitchCon.
Child.
And part of it comes from like being a father myself. Like, I am so thankful that my daughter never bumped into a groomer like Dr. Disrespect trying to fuck her as a child at TwitchCon. Like, that is every parent's nightmare. So that's what these
Understandable.
guys.
It
So
was a
Kyle, it
minor
seems like-
problem. A minor mistake. Okay.
Dude, he's just bad at math. No, it seems like
Damn.
it might be just you in his corner. It looks
just-
like
just-
everybody doesn't like him.
Yeah. Like I said, we're
Everyone's
up on that
supposed to see a
mountain.
big
We're up on that
problem.
mountain, just back to back, surrounded by oppressors. And
Oppressors.
yeah,
You see everyone trying to colonize Dr. Disrespect.
they see
for
a
his
6'8", 42-year-old man
Pedophile.
wearing body armor, a wig, and glasses with a weird mustache, and they say, "I don't know about this guy. I don't think I want him with my 17-year-old daughter." And I say, "Bigot."
17.
Bigot.
It's posh.
That's a tricky
Yeah,
thing. There are
We
a
think
lot
he
of
was 17. I hope. Hope it's
that
17.
he hasn't locked in. So his apologists are like, the kid was probably a few days shy of 18. And you don't know, maybe the kid said all the sexy stuff and Dr. Disrespect was just giving her business advice all this time. Meanwhile, Dr. Disrespect hasn't said anything like that. Like, I think he's afraid that the contents of the conversation will come out and prove him lying again. And I say again, because he spent years pretending he had no idea why he was kicked off of Twitch and Discord.
Yeah.
When
That's an NDA.
He said he didn't know why. Like, that's not, it's not, I can't talk about why. It's, I think,
you lie when there's an NDA. If I say NDA, you're like, oh, it must be the worst thing possible.
When you said that's an NDA, it made it sound like he wasn't able to talk about it. He could have said, I know what I did and we're going to keep it quiet. But he's like, I have no idea. His line was, there are purple snakes out to get me. That's what he lied
because there was an NDA, because he can't be exactly forthcoming, and what's forthcoming doesn't sound good anyway, but sometimes an NDA is just like, they were fucking me over, bro, and I have to keep quiet about it, and they paid me off. So, like, you never know. But I think in this case, clearly
covered on
wasn't
PKN. That. Like, if he clearly isn't hamstrung totally, because he wrote a fucking book about it on Twitter, and within that, it's like he showed the extent to which he could talk about it, and well within that extent would be him stating, she said she was 24 and I was befuddled and I didn't know, and like he didn't say any of that.
It's possible that
believe that's not the case,
or that the NDA isn't, or that the NDA isn't binding because a Twitch employee leaked that information. Like maybe there's a clause for that if your side comes out, this looks bad. Look, I love a whistleblower, but man, I hope that guy's okay. I hope he's not like. Whoever that was that came forward and released all this information, hope he's safe somewhere.
Are there a lot of people still staying in Doc's corner? But what I've seen, pretty much everybody's like, well, fuck this guy.
I think it's just him and Kyle.
It's just us. It's just us.
Him and Kyle pretending right now.
When this story broke, Bloomberg did some actual investigative reporting and has confirmed from 3 different sources that he was sexting with a minor knowingly. And that, there are a lot of people who were kind of, making up scenarios where it would be less inappropriate aspiring pedophile behavior, but that is not the case. Yeah, he doesn't have much of a defense on this one, it would seem, according to Bloomberg.
It doesn't seem like it.
And they're triple checked sources.
It just doesn't make sense why he wouldn't have addressed it differently if it was a more favorable situation to him, because he would have been trying to get out in front of it if that was the case and be like, oh, let me clarify some stuff before anything gets wild. But he didn't do that.
He's like, I'm gonna leave. Where's P. Diddy? That's where I want to be.
The word minor in and out, which is
bad look.
Such a key part of that. Do you think he was reading it afterward and he's like, ooh, this does look bad?
Honey, take a look at my apology video for the minor. What do you think? Ooh, you didn't write minor, did you? I mean, she was, clearly. I mean, I knew it. You knew it.
One of
Twitch knew it. That's the other thing. Can we just talk about, everybody's piling on Doc about this, rightfully so, but don't forget,
where's
Twitch has been still keeping quiet officially that this massive streamer was sexting underage girls on a platform full of that. And issues with that. And like sexuality and children commingling in this awkward weirdness that is Twitch. If you go, we've talked about it before, the cam girls and and all the crazy shit that goes down there. And it's like, man, this is not about kids and video games. But you're pretending like it is. And there are kids in here watching you show your camel toe and bounce your ass. It's pretty wild what goes down over there.
Twitch did talk about it a little. I have the Rolling Stone article in front of me. And here, I'll just read 2 paragraphs. The ex-Twitch employee has also provided Rolling Stone a more detailed account of internal conversations at Twitch following the report of Dr. Kidden Specs, I added that, messages to his subsequent ban. They say the details of Beam's case are coming out because Connor's explosive tweet last week. Cody got the ball rolling. Me and many of my former colleagues are comfortable speaking up now because of it. Our priority has always been the safety of the victim and to keep their identity secret. As some of its streamers faced a flood of sexual misconduct allegations in June 2020, Twitch created an incident response team known as Gold Sparrow to develop a process to investigate and take action on the reports as one unit, the former employee says. We wanted to be able to process mounting investigations quicker and with more resources while providing as much support for victims as possible. So I guess they had a Gold Sparrow response team for screaming pedophiles like Dr. Disrespect.
You got taken out by the Golden Sparrow.
Operation Golden Sparrow. That's okay.
When you hear the flutter of wings, think of us.
You know what? That was my favorite detail. That Gold Sparrow code name of it. It made it sound like a more intentional effort. I know you guys both took lame away, but I took
so lame.
That's
there's
so
like
lame.
5 people. I hope they had brooches.
They're like, all right, guys, week 1, we got to come up with a name. Week 2, we're getting on this. Operation Gold Sparrow.
So that's why it took from 2017. He got banned in 2020. Does that sound right? Like it was,
I don't remember.
Yeah,
there's no way it was.
I thought it was 2017 when everything happened, but I don't keep up with him or really care about him. Like I haven't liked his content for like 14 years. I used to do these video skits where he was training like a Padawan called Randy.
I remember those.
Those were good. And it was like he was also making them where everybody else was just making commentary with no camera of themselves. And it was just really plain Jane shit. It was early Modern Warfare 2 days. And he was including with that like skits that were filmed well and acted well. And there was characters and a storyline going on, and I was kind of into it. He was like training a noob to be a gamer, but treating it like it was Karate the Kid or something. It was fun.
Yeah, as much as I've fussed about him, I was talking to Jackie today. I was like, I do have to give him credit. Like, he would have seemingly prepared speeches for winning a game of Fortnite. Then the background would change, and he'd be in a locker room or in front of American flags. I don't fucking know, but like, it wasn't just him sitting like he always did. He'd get up and walk around the virtual room with good, production quality. And either he has a real knack for making a speech off the top of his head, or he had something prepared. Either way, he was doing more than everybody else was. That's got to be a huge part of his success. But he was also trying to fuck more children than everybody else, and that's.
I like the costume too. I'm gonna be honest. I like that costume. I think that thing's fucking cool. And, we always talk about branding. Get your Twitter to fucking match your YouTube. No, that's branding. That's branding. Like he in a sea of pale-faced, lightly bearded men. Suddenly, there was a 6'8" tall giant with a mullet and body armor who was screaming at you with that absurd mustache. And it was like, all right, there's no way. It's kind of like when a UFC fighter has rainbow hair or ridiculous tattoos. The next time you see him, which might be 3, 4, 6, 8 months from now in some other show, you're like, oh, yeah, I remember this guy now. He's Rainbow Warrior. Yeah, okay. And you kind of become a fan of someone because they are recognizable.
It's too old for most of our audience now, but Chuck Liddell was a UFC fighter. He had a mohawk, and he had these blue shorts he was called the Iceman. And were they blue flames or something, or white flames on his blue shorts?
Something like that.
My point is, I think a 6-year-old could draw this guy with crayons and identify that guy's Chuck Liddell. Like, I would know what he was going for.
Or that or Mr. T.
Yeah.
Well, he's not black.
Well, color him in,
I guess. But my point was, like, Dr. Disrespect's, if that same kid with the crayons drew Dr. Disrespect, I'd like, I know what you're going for.
I legitimately haven't
and
seen
he may have to. He may have to. There's kids everywhere right now with a sketch artist like this is the man.
In crayon.
This is the man.
Dude, they should let the kids draw the sketch thing. We're looking for a tall, scary man, like with sharp teeth and mismatched eyes.
Also, he's green.
There's one guy walking around with like a poorly drawn top hat on. He's like, I gotta get out of here.
With 3 fingers.
3 fingers. Of his stick body sprinting away.
We're looking for the 3-fingered man.
Yeah. I had not seen, I haven't seen any content of Dr. Disrespect in, I guess a
decade.
It sounds old. I think you were right about like 14, 15 years, because I remember how he'd be dressed up in his getup, and then he'd transition into Randy wearing like sweatbands on a treadmill and be like, you have to keep going to be the ultimate gamer, or like some shit like that. And I remember at the time seeing it and being like, man, these only have like 8,000 views, like, which even then wasn't a lot. Then he exploded and got a little too big for his britches, seemingly starts messaging underage people.
You know what's crazy too? He was bad at the game. Like somehow he went from console to PC, and unlike the rest of us, he just got super good at games. Like I mean, not super good.
Oh,
but
you
like,
think he was bad in the early days?
He was always bad on this controller. Like he was bad at Modern Warfare. His videos, it'd be like, "This is one step above a junkyard quickie." You know,
how did he win 2 blockbuster championships?
What the fuck is a blockbuster? I'm sorry, I don't know what a blockbuster championship is.
He's a 2-time blockbuster.
Oh, that's the stick he's got. Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. What's he up to now?
Who? Dr. Disrespect.
Junkyard.
Blockbuster's gone. I don't know. He
Junkyard had a heart
eBay
attack.
entrepreneur. Oh, wait, you made that up.
Yeah, I did. We talked about Dr. Disrespect at length. In the
Dr.
beginning
Kid
of the show.
Inspect is his new name.
That's just not rolling off the tongue. I'm gonna let you know.
That's a little bit of Ron DeSanctimonious. We gotta go back to the drawing board.
So it's a winning strategy.
Dr. Disrespect. No, you do Dr. Disrespect pediatric medicine. That's the one.
You like
that
more? I like
so much more. I don't even know what you're saying.
Are you in favor of Dr. Disrespect?
Kid Inspect, Dr. Kid Inspect. You can pretend you don't hear it, but you know it.
I don't know much about the story. I just saw one line scrolling the other day, and he was
sexting with a minor, and he tried to meet up with this minor at TwitchCon.
Yeah,
and he also ripped
like
off
17-year-old minor or like 11-year-old.
No, they don't
minor?
know the age.
We don't know.
Some of his apologists have said.
How old is he?
One of the
35
apologists. That's what the article said.
He's in his 40s.
What article said that?
When the like Twitch guy who came forward, I could have sworn
that fake email that was 17. On the anonymous account that he deleted 12 hours later.
I don't know what that is, but I'm talking about like the guy who came forward and like was the initial whistleblower. I thought he said the number 17. I could have sworn. So I've been saying 17 the whole time. I thought as bad as that is, it's hard to make that too funny. I mean, you could do it. We just did. But the really funny one is this trans sex worker
one that helped him get off.
Yeah, the trans sex worker that he was sexting with, and he was making her give him free sex shows in exchange for promises of Twitch partnership help.
How many did he bilk out? How many free sex shows did he get before?
Tweet at her. There's her Twitter. If you scroll down, her cans are bigger than your fucking head, Taylor.
Oh, that's got to be a dangerous gambit. These are gonna pop.
It's gonna get wild.
I didn't even click on
real soon.
So this person's now going in on the old doc who only did something reprehensible.
All he did was the worst thing you can imagine, and everyone's just piling on.
Everyone's mad because he's a chomo.
Dude, you know what blew over? You know what's going to blow over faster than this? That one politician who's like, "Yeah, and I'll kill another dog." You remember that?
It's like remember when Trump was like, "The world has got 10 feet taller." Like, what if she was like, "I just killed another dog. Keep it up, motherfuckers."
Who was it? Was that Christine Gnomsky or something?
Yeah,
like
remember
that?
the one who had, it's a bad look.
Do you?
Yeah, Doc is and always has been one of my favorite creatives. When Taylor, you mentioned that like you used to have more subs. When he had 300 subs, he messaged me on YouTube and was like, "Hey man, like I'm trying to get a machinima partnership, just trying to get some tips." So I started going back and forth with him. This is like he didn't even make gameplay videos. It was like long 8-minute cinematic videos of him like talking about how he was better than everyone in his like apartment complex. And I was just like, this guy's ahead of the fucking curve. Leaves, go to Activision to make maps for Call of Duty, and then comes out and he does the same shtick, but it was just like, now's the right time to do so.
Back in the day, and I guess I'm still holding on to it, I didn't like him. So I have a different experience. He used to shit on me all the time. He'd write these like super long Facebook posts about how much he hated everything I do. And it's like, why? Like I didn't do anything to him. I went for a job as community manager at Sledgehammer. And then I found out they had already hired Doc, and some of my subs were fussing at him. And I was like, guys, not his fault. He didn't do anything wrong. Like, he didn't take the job from me. They had already hired him when I put out my, like, you know, I thought I could do a really good job and do community manager in a way that no one had done it before. Like, I thought it'd be cool for both the game and for me and everything. But anyway, he got that job. And I don't know. He just shit on me all the time. I also didn't like that he shit on X-Jaws so much. X-Jaws was a 16-year-old kid, and he was doing, like, shticks about him and sort of making fun of X-Jaws. And I thought it was wrong for an adult to pick on a kid like that. So, yeah, I don't know. That's still the lens I see him through.
Yeah, I you know,
not like he's a better man now. You know, all know what I'm talking about. You know, like, that's who he is.
I thought that video of his cameraman filming people in the bathroom was so funny.
So
that was really good content.
I was there when he came out of that bathroom, and I was on his stream. I mean, I didn't say anything. I was like, he's doing his thing. And then right after, I went into the bathroom because I had to take a piss. And then people are like, "Yo, oh, you know, he was filming people and whatnot." It's like sloppy. But then again, Twitch is trigger happy.
When we first heard about that, I was like, it was probably a thing, like, I don't know, an accident or whatever. He went into 4 bathrooms and did that repeatedly. Like,
okay, hear me out. Hear me out.
Okay.
All right, hear me out. I believe that intent matters. And I don't believe in any way, shape, or form he was like, I gotta walk in here and let's film me peeing and get close to people. His camera person who did really encroach on if I had seen the camera, I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing, right? Intent matters. There was nothing malicious behind it. Does that change the fact that he broke California state law? No. Does it but
I would have shown him my cock and got their stream banned.
But not a single one of those people, to my knowledge, not a single one of those people that were in the affected clips did anything to pursue any legal action there. Now, I know that that's a tough ask, and that there's a whole lot of stuff behind that, but I think in general, most sane people recognize this as a severe lapse in judgment, which I know gets thrown around a lot, but it was, and in no way was like in a malicious. I kept seeing people be like, there was a minor in the bathroom. All right, well, fuck. He wasn't like, I got to go film me a child peeing. Like, he wasn't like, that was never the intent. It did happen. So there are ramifications if somebody does want to press charges, but much like if you get into an accident and you both are like, that sucks. Like, that's the way it goes. It doesn't mean you're not right or you're not wrong, but it's
completely
just like,
right. And I'm coming at this as a guy who doesn't like Dr. Disrespect. It was a lapse in judgment, but it wasn't an accident, right? Like, at first I thought it was like an accident almost. You don't have that accident 4 times, right? Instead, it was a lapse in judgment.
But
he wasn't trying to make kiddie porn either, right?
I like that distinction. It was not an accident, but it was a lapse in judgment. An accident is something that happens one time and you're like, oh, I know better. Lapse in judgment is like,
did you hear about the Twitch conspiracy of Dr.
Which
Disrespect?
One? No.
So
Can I hear it?
Here's one of the conspiracies I read. And once again, this is not a fact, okay?
I love conspiracies. Go for it. I'll believe anything.
We should talk about Epstein later.
Twitch has always been like, you know, being crucified for not banning like this, like their favorite streamers, and you know, Alinity is one of many. And you know, something like that was happening, and then Doc got banned, and people are saying that the reason he got banned was because, you know, Twitch set this all up with him, and he on purpose went into the bathroom, filmed this type of stuff. So Twitch was like, you see, we even banned one of our biggest guys for breaking the rules. No, don't take it.
It's the California state law that makes me not buy into it.
Yeah, that is one of those things. I think that the better conspiracy that I heard was people are like, oh, he totally did this so he would get banned from Twitch so he could switch to Mixer. And I was like, no, you guys are fucking like a bunch of kids.
That's a bad.
I love the internet.
Let's ruin our bargaining position
but
first.
I swear to God, like some people are just out there just like drooling on themselves like, but what if he did it like this? What if he like, did you think maybe for a second that this multi-billion-dollar company was going to be like probably not good for the brand?
when they
Getting
take it away.
banned is a really big deal. I was listening to Dr. Disrespect recently, and he said that people are like, "Hey, you're killing it. You're really doing well now. Even without Twitch, you're a thing." And he's on my Google News feed every day. I think what happens is like I can't stop myself from reading it, so it just feeds me more and more and more. And I am just every day reading about what Dr. Disrespect said the day before. And he said he lost, I'm gonna get this number close, like 75 or 80% of his income now that he's not on Twitch, and that it's partly not being on Twitch because that was a profitable platform, but also, he can't talk to anybody else. And I'm going to get the people wrong, but like he doesn't talk to EA or some clothing company or any sponsor he might want to work with. They want to know, why Twitch drop you? How toxic are you? Like what don't we know about
Well,
this
it's so mysterious, is it
Mhm.
not? It's like literally, I'm going to sound pathetic now, but as a person who like has always enjoyed Doc's content and who has always enjoyed Doc and like even if I disagreed with some of his bits, I still enjoyed them. He's a great content creator. And when that happened, I was always like, it's just pathetic that it's one of the biggest mysteries on YouTube to me.
It's not a mystery to
him.
He knows exactly why he got canceled. I say
yeah,
that.
I thought he was going through a process with them, weren't they? Like, wasn't he trying to take some action against them?
The clip I saw, and it was real current.
And I heard that he could stream with people now though on Twitch. Can he not?
I think I heard that too. The clip I saw and was really current was that he knows why he was canceled or deplatformed or whatever, and that's why he's suing. That was how he phrased it.
Okay.
So I guess
so
he
we'll
feels
find
like
out,
it's unwarranted.
Well, we have to find out then. But then also, and I'm not going to say anything about him, but like just in general, like if you are going to be suing someone, you do want to make it seem like, and I'm going to make things up right now, by the way. You do want to make it seem like you're losing out on an amount of money because that's what you're going to do. And I'm going to completely make this up. And it's not my place to say it, but I'm going to say it. But I'm also saying that I'm making it up, so it's fine. Like the girl who hurt her back, who was a porn star. The Twitch streamer that hurt her back.
Right.
You remember that? She jumped into the
Twitch
pit.
Oh, yeah.
She had tweeted, like I'm finally walking a little bit. It's going to take time until I'm walking normally. I guess I won't be squirting anymore. And and now this is all brief and I made it up, but I was like, okay, like maybe she doesn't do porn, or maybe she would go back to doing porn, but maybe she was never going to go do it. But if she's going to go after Twitch, you want to kind of be like, my bread and butter was also squirting. Like, here's how much money I made squirting. And if I ever had a comeback, like that's not a thing I could do anymore now because of this foam pit. And I'm making it up. And I'm not a lawyer and I'm not anything at all, but I'm just saying like, it would make sense that he's like, I lost 70% of my income.
Damages.
And that's what you go and you kind of do that. And then you make the number and you do that so that you can make that move.
I have a related story and I agree with what you're saying. So
I made it up though.
What is this?
This is if you skip to if you queue up at 1 minute and 58 seconds. This is Dr. Disrespect going live and admitting on cheating on his wife on stream.
Which, by the way, is the best example of why never to be yourself as a Twitch streamer.
Right.
Anyways, are we queuing up?
I'm trying to. Yeah,
queuing up at 1:15. You said, Kyle.
158, I believe.
158.
Yeah, it's not 121 because that's where.
Do you want me to mute this? I can't mute it without muting you. Never mind. You don't have the option. Forget it. So this is going to be embedded in the audio of this, Woody. Probably won't matter because you haven't crashed, but.
Yeah, hopefully. Okay. So I'm at 158. I'm ready. Is everybody ready?
Yep. Yeah. I'm good to go.
Ready, set, play.
Have a little bit of an announcement, and I just want to be completely transparent with you guys. As you guys know, I have a beautiful family and a wife and kid, and I want to be transparent that I've been unfaithful, and I'm probably going to be taking some time away, time off, to focus on stupid fucking mistakes, man.
Jesus.
I thought it was going to be a prank.
I'm gonna take time off to focus on my family, and
Yeah, this isn't funny.
and so
Well, is this real or
just
not?
wanted to let
Yeah.
you guys know that. And
Why do you say
I
that?
apologize to you guys and Slick
Oh,
Daddy.
just a
You
few
guys are.
seconds longer.
I apologize to you guys, my sponsors and Twitch. And this is not who I am. It's not what I represent. And that's it.
So many thoughts on that. So many thoughts on that.
So deep. I was 80% sure it was a joke. I thought he was going to bust out and be like, and I'm the two-time, like, I don't know, just like a play with it. He always says he's the two-time blockbuster champion of like 1996 and 7. I thought he was going to bust out joking. That's where I thought that was going.
I was gonna say, guy's an incredible streamer. I'm really surprised to see that. If that is why the 180 entirely from character? Why give that element
I think
to
I know.
the fan? I'm curious. Go ahead.
Just my theory. I think that the aspect of genuinely touching people, like there are a lot of people who found happiness through his streams that weren't finding it elsewhere. And he did an acceptance award speech type thing, and he was like, man, like I started off just goofing off and I didn't realize how important this was going to be to some people. And like I feel like I went through a similar thing on my channel where like at some point you realize that like at least some portion of your audience has latched on to you, and you mean more than some character on How You Met Your Mother, right? Like some people were going to Dr. Disrespect and finding a little joy and a little brightness in their life through his streams, and it seemed to have a huge impact on him. And I think that this is an offshoot of that. Like, hey, I made a mistake here, and to those people who think that this is important, then I have a responsibility to be the full version of me to you. Like that, I don't know. It's what's in my head. Something along those lines.
Well, that was interesting. I knew it wasn't going to be a gag or anything. It's over there on live. It's on it's the front page of Reddit and live stream fails and everything. I knew he was coming clean about cheating on his wife. That was pretty powerful. That's interesting.
One thing that resonates that as I was watching it bounced into my head, and I think about it earlier. There are so many people on YouTube that achieve some level of success and then ruin their lives. Like it's almost a rarity. Like when the cliche of the lottery winner is that like they're going to end up in debt or in jail or something like that. And I think I saw statistics where like that's really common. That's super common on YouTube. There's so many people who like things start going well for them, and then all the order that they had leading into YouTube is gone.
Yeah, I've been planning for that for so long. That's why I'm not making it big. I'm taking my time, just so I really don't. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole.
Pace yourself.
That's right. I'm gonna stay small for a real long time, so I speak up on it.
For a real long time. When all the opportunities for young pussy are long gone.
Yeah, I'm smarter than that.
I didn't know that Dr. Disrespect was so big. Like I just
huge.
remember he had a YouTube. I don't watch any streams, so I just remember he had a YouTube channel from years and years and years ago, and some of those videos were funny, where he'd like kill someone and like edit to like something dark, and he'd be like, "Ooh, I bet you liked that, didn't you?" And like they're just like little like quips, like, and it made me laugh.
I don't know anything about his
Is he all a
history.
streamer now?
He's not.
Yeah. So he was a Call of
right now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's huge on Twitch with PUBG. But see, back in the day, Taylor and I.
I mean, just perspective. It's 25 to 50,000 live viewers any given time you log onto his stream.
Yeah. So Taylor and I really knew him from the Call of Duty days back when he was really tiny, and he'd do like these live action skits with Randy.
Yeah,
he's
with
like,
Randy.
he's be portraying multiple characters in all these costumes and wigs and mustaches and stuff, and like really awkward black and white like videos. And then of course he'd make Call of Duty commentaries where he's talking lots of shit and absolute bloodshed. It was really funny stuff.
It was the same character, really. Like not much has changed. back in the day, one, he used to call me out a ton. And it was basically he felt like he was a better gamer than me, therefore he should be more popular. That was the core of it. But
wasn't his character that like he was the best of all? Like,
yes.
like
that's his character. But no, this wasn't in character. This was like Facebook rants and shit like that. And I was always pretty gracious to him. At one time I wanted to be the community manager in Call of Duty, and it turned out they had already hired him before I even sort of like, was going to submit a resume. And my fans were hating on him, and I was like, don't do that. Like, it's not his fault. Even if I had got my resume in time, he has the same right to the job that I do. I thought I was very good towards him, and it didn't come in return. But what I really didn't like was this. He picked on X-Jaws a ton, and X-Jaws was only 16. And I just thought that, like, he's a grown man picking on a kid. And I thought that was, like, wait until he grows up. He had one of the characters that Kyle mentioned was an X-Jaws parody where he'd, like, put on big chains and, talk about his money. And it was just a way to attack X-Jaws. And X-Jaws.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah. So, then he went in the corporate world, and I think he started as a community manager for Sledgehammer, and then, if I'm right, he did some map design and stuff that took advantage of his gaming expertise. And then he went from there to streaming, got super popular, and then, like so many popular people on YouTube or Twitch, just like broke him.